Arkansas Library System. We're at the D. Brown branch. Now all of our branches have something fun and unique to offer, and today we're checking out the tool library here. Let's go! So we are here in the tool library with Rachel. She is our tool library and makerspace programmer. So this was your brainchild.
Yeah, when I started here at CALS in 2017, this was just an empty room with cardboard boxes everywhere.
This is great. So tell me about what kind of tools, what are the categories that people can take from here?
Well, tool libraries aren't a new thing. They actually started over 40 years ago in California. So I kind of just studied other tool libraries, see where they began. And most importantly, we try to get the basic tools of kind of every little project you might do at home or by yourself. So think basic electrical work, basic car repair, basic home repair, and we started to build on that. Well, then we realized there was a huge need for more specialty tools that you might use one-off, or even just a higher end tool that you might use one-off. So we went from just drill driver sets to concrete rotary hammers that cost a lot more.
Yes, we just did a project at our house and we needed a hammer drill. And you have one of those, right?
Yeah, and we have the accessories, so you don't even have to go to the store before you go home and start your project.
Man, I think we got ours at Harbor Freight, and it was $100, and then the bits were probably another $50. The bits were $50. So you have all of that.
Yeah.
You could have saved me $150.
We could have saved you $150.
Wow.
And I hear that really often. In fact, someone just recently came in, knew exactly what they needed, knew the tool library existed, and told me that I just saved them $300 before they went to the store.
That's amazing.
And it's something they won't need probably again, so there's no reason to buy it. Now, if you're going to use the tool every single day or at least once a week, go ahead and buy it. But if you have a small project or something you're just trying out, the tool library is a great opportunity, because you might want to get into some sort of crafty, artsy home repair, and maybe you just want to try it first and see if you can do it yourself. And if not, leave it to professionals. We're not here to replace those mom and pop shops.
No, this is wonderful, especially those one-time use tools. So, okay, I don't know what this is. Can you tell me about that?
Oh yeah, it's a utility key. So if you are working on a new house or working on an old house, which is even more important, you might need to turn off your water. So you can come over here and borrow a water utility shut-off key. You need it for a few minutes, turn it off, finish your project, turn it back on, bring it back, and save yourself $30 and a round trip to another store.
Perfect. That's really good. Yeah, I see a lot of stuff here that we have. I think it's just screwdrivers, just simple stuff. If it's your first home and you just don't have any of these things, you move from an apartment, you've never needed any of this before.
That's another thing. I have lived in downtown Little Rock, and I know how small your apartment can be. So we're also doing a lot of space saving. Not everybody needs to have
yes,
a wheelbarrow in their tiny laundry room downtown. So you can come borrow this if you want to get your little box garden started and move some mulch around.
Okay, so speaking of mulch, it's spring.
It's spring!
It's spring, and it is gardening time. Tell me about your gardening. What do you guys have available for gardening?
We basically have an in-house gardener who's really advised me on the tools. So we actually have produced a couple of videos on how to build a garden bed and how to build a composting bin with 5 tool checkouts from the tool library. So if you want to check out that video on YouTube, it's available. Basically, we have everything you need to build a square-foot garden bed, from the wheelbarrow to the mulching to the shoveling.
Okay, so how many tools are in the library?
I think we're getting close to 500 tools in the tool library. We've got them categorized from safety to car repair, electric, home. And we are starting to get into more specialty tools. So you can borrow a water canning kit. We're building some starter craft kits, so you'll be able to try weaving, leather crafts, and even some basic sewing repair like darning your own socks. You can try that kit.
Now, when you say canning, water canning, you mean like pressure canning, like food?
Well, it's not a pressure can.
Okay, not pressure.
So
Okay.
there are two types of canning. Pressure cooker canning, where you do pressurize the thing. We don't have that yet. We've talked about it. So that would be good for your vegetables. But we do have a water bath canner, which is a huge pot that you've got to bring to a boil. So not everyone wants to keep that in their kitchen when counter
it's big.
space is limited. And this one's real basic. You look up recipes, but it's got all the accessories you need. And I have used it several times myself. It works.
Awesome.
So the tool library is available for patrons 18 or older who have a library card. We do have some limitations. You can check out 5 tools at a time, but you can come back as many times during the week to check out more tools in exchange for those other ones. Tools are holdable, but you do need to call D. Brown to place tools on hold for your project.
How long do you get to keep them?
Tools are a shorter checkout. They're for 7 days. So
Okay.
from the day you check it out, it's the next week of that same day. However, you can renew it up to 5 times, just like a library book. So if you have a couple weekends working on a project, like you do at your house,
Yes.
you might be able to keep it for a couple weeks, get that project done.
Okay, perfect. So I know like our library books, you can drop those off at any branch. The tools have to come back here, right?
The tools cannot be placed on hold at other branches.
Okay.
They do have to be picked up and returned to D. Brown. However, D. Brown is open Monday through Sunday. But I am here, a full-time employee, so if you have any questions about tools, call ahead and see if the tool librarian's here. I'd be happy to help you if you need a tool suggestion. However, all the staff is ready to check it in and out for you. They might be a little confused, but that's okay. We're all just getting started.
So they can go online and browse the catalog. So you guys have it sorted by categories, and there are pictures, right? So you can.
Yes, we've got all of the, so if you go to cals.org and you have a specific tool in mind, you can type that tool in, and what you need to do is look on the left-hand column. You want to take out the books and the audiobooks and things. There is a little section called 3D objects. If you click on that 3D object, it will show you every 3D object, which is mostly tools, and then you can start browsing from there.
Yes.
If you don't have a tool in mind, of course, you're always welcome to call, and I can tell you yes or no if we have it, and if it's available and sitting on the shelf ready to be checked out.
So that was the tool library. I'm excited to get one of those big saws. I think I'm going to need it. So if you need anything, come and check them out. Rachel will help